about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.
That was great sounds of Watts without sound of WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. It's Monday. You already know what time it is. Time for Three Nerds Venting. Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island Rays, Elm City made, Mr. EZ BlueZ, and the OG Blurred himself. Let's get ready for some nerd therapy. Supervillain to many, superhero to ones that matter. It's the one and only, the Professor. Just to give we always want to start this off that all episodes are pre-recorded, for Preston EZ BlueZ in general, but for Three Nerds Venting. So if you really are in tune with the podcast and appreciate what we do, we will talk about some stuff probably a little bit late since this is pre-recorded in advance because we all three have separate lives we have to maintain for ourselves. But we will talk about it. It will get mentioned. Also, if you get mad, so what? If there's spoilers, I always want to repeat this. If we see it, we're going to talk about it. Period. If we see it, we will talk about it. This is your only warning for the broadcast. If there are spoilers for anything, movie or TV related, we choose to talk about, we will say it. We don't care. Come back and enjoy the platform. We're on multiple stuff. Thanks to good overall producer Harry Droves. Harry Droves, if I butcher his name, I'm sorry, Harry. We love you. Spotify, Audible, SoundCloud, Facebook. You can see the videos on Facebook. You can see the videos on YouTube. We are everywhere that you can do for our audio platform. So there's no excuse not to get in tune with us at all.
There's zero Mero.
Zero Mero. Gentlemen, Shrek 5, our honest thoughts. How do we feel about this trailer? I'm excited for a Shrek 5. I really am. As a millennial, as watching it back in the day about like 25 years ago, I had to say it. I'm excited this franchise is coming back next year of Christmas. I am a little worried, though, with the comedy because I feel, this is just from my personal opinion, just watching it, I feel as a Shrek fan that the comedy is not going to relate to this new young generation because it was a kid's film with an adult mind. They passed they were pushing the envelope for a PG animated film when it came to the comedy, in my personal opinion. So it's really interesting to see what they'll do with deliveries. Trust me, they got comic geniuses. They have Mike Myers. They have Cameron Diaz. They have Eddie Murphy, the OG. We got Zendaya with the film. She's gonna be playing Shrek's daughter. One thing that got to me ticked me off a little bit. Well, not a little bit. It was just annoying. It didn't like ruin my day or anything because it's internet hate. You can't escape it. Was people were really mad about the animation of the film. I thought it was okay. It's a cartoon. Animation updates. It changes. It changes within time. They can't be the same every now and again when it comes to animation. All our favorite cartoons upgraded their animation. Simpsons, Family Guy, different Disney variations. Animation gets updated. If you don't like it, then watch the old films you appreciate more. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate those old films. Watch those again and again and again. That never gets old. It's good to rewatch a movie that you love every now and then. But the animation, fall back. It didn't butcher it. It's not butchering this at all, the franchise, in my opinion. That's my tangent. If any of you want to go next to talk about this subject of Shrek 5 coming into theaters, go right ahead, gentlemen. The microphone is your turn. Go ahead.
As we both freeze, trying to be polite to the other one.
I can hum the Jeopardy music. I don't know if I can hum it.
I'll go because I can honestly care less. You know what I'm saying? Like to be honest, I love the Shrek aspect of it, but this one is literally just beating a dead horse. It's just beating a dead Shrek. Would I like to see the next evolution of it? Sure. Do I think it's going to be good? Probably not. Because
I don't think it's going to be good either. But I think it's going to be entertaining.
If
that makes sense.
I don't think we have to worry about the comedy aspect of it because at the end of the day, it's still the same movie that glorified donkeys mounting dragons and giving us
babies.
I'm just
They had
giving us,
babies.
giving us some babies.
Yes, they did.
Some donkey dragon babies. It did. So it did push the boundaries there. It was also it's just phenomenal for some characters and different archetypes to go through. So
Right.
where do they go from here? What are they going to do with it?
That's a valid point.
That's kind of like how I look at it. Is it going to be a Farquhar Part 3 or because we're already dealing with a Farquhar right now in real life. I don't think we need to deal with another Farquhar in the cartoon life. I think one Farquhar per millennium is good.
Okay. You made valid statements. You have made valid statements, my friend. You really have. Professor, let me hear your thoughts and opinions.
I'm with Easy on this one.
Okay.
I'm so thinking about the actors that are involved.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of them has anything to prove.
No.
Right?
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Right? So this movie can happen or it can't happen. Either way. I think it took them too long to do this movie. I think that it should have happened some years ago.
About 10 years back?
While Shrek was still, hot.
Still going in.
So, but at the moment, they can any of those actors can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
and
true.
It's not going to make or break their career. It's not going to be like, oh, no, we're never going to watch Zendaya. We're never going to watch. I mean, come on. What was the last movie that Mike Myers was in anyway? You know what I mean?
Love Guru? Way back
No. He's been in movies. He was actually, if I remember correctly, he was in Inglourious Basterds.
He was. It was good.
He was.
That was a good movie. I love that movie.
He has been in stuff, but he sits more in the background type of aspect.
Right. So I mean,
okay.
I'm not expecting this particular film to all of a sudden bring back the glory of Shrek or nothing like that. Nah, it's just all right. New generation. We got a young character and stuff. Let's add this young character with the Zendaya character. That's gonna kind of give it the little draw for like the younger generation. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of jokes and stuff that are going to be geared towards that, that generation and the social media generation and all that. So I can care less about this movie. If it, will I see it? Probably. Will I go to see it at a movie theater? Absolutely not. But when it pops up on Disney or whatever it pops up on,
Peacock,
whatever platform, right, on Peacock, something like that, I'll watch it then. But it's one of those movies where it's like, all right. I mean, I didn't care about the animation being, so whoever's complaining about it, they can kick rocks. All right. You'd be happy you got something. And that's why it drives me crazy. Like, people being overly critical about stuff when you have terrible animation like Jujutsu Kaisen. Anyway, so it's one of those films that I don't care. Hopefully it'll be good for them and,
right.
Funny.
Do we feel a lot of stuff is being what's the right term? Going in the well or digging in the well too much when it just comes to these.
I don't think it's done in the right way. Like
done the right way, just like cash
if you're
grab,
gonna do it, give us a different perspective on the character. I would love to see, if you're going to do, that movie again, or with those characters again, I'll watch the same exact movie, but give it to me from a different character's perspective.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like give it from the big bad wolf's perspective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or something along those lines. So we're seeing a different story. I just, this playing out this at the end of the day, they saw Trolls was making way too much money and they're like, we need to cash in and we have the Shrek property. So let's just do that. And everybody who signed on is just collecting a check. And I kind of, I don't like that in normal aspect of anything. If you're just doing something to collect a check on it, I don't want that product from you. I don't at all. If there's not some sort of love in there, and there's not some sort of like really challenge artistically, what made Shrek great the first time was it pushed envelopes. It
Mhm.
you
It
know
did.
I in Shrek 2 when Shrek 2 I think when they get pulled over and Puss in Boots, he gets searched and they're like, "Oh, we found some catnip." He goes, "Oh, it's not mine." That was my favorite part of the entire movie.
Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? They do the bad boys thing.
But Puss in Boots was fun. Yeah.
That was great. And I think those things need to happen more. And there's been a lot of pop culture things that have happened since Shrek's last coming out.
Okay.
So I think we'll start to see that. But the problem is, what are we going to see?
Yeah.
And what
That's my
perspective are we
thing.
going to see on that? Because
That's my
here's
thing.
the thing: if they continue to push that envelope, now you've got an entire portion of the world, we'll say, and we'll say entire portion of the United States
Okay. Fair.
that is
Fair enough.
trying to live about 110 years backwards,
Okay.
and they're on that moral scope. So, like, are you going to introduce, a transgender character, which would make sense for Shrek, would make sense in the Shrek universe, but are they going to push that envelope? Are they going to go in that type of direction? Do they have the artistic huevos to go there?
I think they
And I
can.
always thought that Shrek was that type of property that they can do that.
I agree.
And so you're right. I would love to see if they're going to continue to push that envelope. They have a lot to draw on. They definitely have a lot to draw on. So I hope they do push that envelope a little bit, a lot of it. But again, it's not one of those things where it's like, all right, yay, a Shrek movie.
Yeah, I'm not
excited.
hopeful. I'm not hopeful.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about the new Toy Story coming out too.
No, there's not a new Toy Story. Are you serious?
That's gonna be 2026. Gonna be a new Toy Story too. New Toy Story's coming out, and I felt that was the perfect trilogy. And at 3,
I know.
Andy gave the toys away. Like it was a perfect animated trilogy for me. Don't get me. I had no problems with 4, but I felt 4 wasn't needed. You were already told your story for 3. Number 1, Andy was a kid. Number 2, Andy was maturing into a teenager. Number 3, is what all grown-ups do. They give their toys away to someone who deserves to play with those toys. It was perfect for a 3.
And that's, if you're going to do that, then you continue that storyline. Like, I'm okay with 4, and I'm okay with them, going through because you had newer characters that were brought in there.
Absolutely, yeah.
I could see an entire Barbie and Ken movie. You know what I'm saying? Because their dynamic was amazing in 4. I could see all of that kind of stuff that could happen from there. So, Toy Story 5 with the same cast crew, we've beaten it again. The horse has been beaten to death. When you have all these other options, you could make an entire Toy Story universe stuff around Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Those are stories that aren't told. One of the things we love about doing the show, the regular show that we do all the time, is we like to tell the stories that no one else is telling. They should go and tell that story that no one else is telling, because we've heard these stories.
The Jessie character. I would love to have seen a movie based on her. You had that terrible Buzz Lightyear joint, but you could have did a Jessie joint. That would have been
reenaction of that old TV series they had with the characters, with Woody as the little old guy and Jessie.
I would have loved
been cool. If they had
that
like a
been
Disney
amazing.
Plus thing with just their old black and white TV, that would have been cool to see. They're villains. That we can piggyback off that. And I'm gonna talk about Shrek just a little bit more. I love to see more Donkey.
Yes.
Have an Eddie Murphy Donkey movie, just him. Just exploring the world and just being himself. Like, come on, a Donkey movie would be funny. Imagine what his villain would be. It would be like a little Rumpelstiltskin or something, just with that, just touring around the fairy tale land and getting lost.
But again, the donkey aspect works so well because of the Shrek character to bounce off of.
Yeah,
like you need, you would still need another foil. That's why Donkey with
what else
Boots
they
had a
can
different
do
foil.
with it. There's other worlds in the hand. What's that fairy tale?
Mother Goose.
Not Mother Goose,
Grimm.
but
Grimm.
Hans and Grimm, or like it's in my. I can't
Hans
think
Christian
of the name.
Andersen.
No, no, it's not. But that was funny. But no, it's not.
No, there's a guy who's called Hans Christian Andersen.
Hans Christian Andersen, like that. That's the thing. All right.
Yeah, there's a guy, and he did tell stories.
Yeah, he created like the fairy tale characters, but like
some
I
of
think
them, yeah.
Yeah, between him and the Grimm brothers creating the other, the other
Grimm brothers. There you go, Grimm brothers. That
Yeah.
that was that was going for. If you had like something like with Donkey and Humpty Dumpty, that would have been like cool and something like. Trust me, Donkey does need a character to bounce out of it. He reminds me of Deadpool a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Deadpool needs that character to bounce back out of. That's what he needed Cable. That's what he needed Wolverine. You know, that's why he needs that. You can't just watch it just him. So he needs that character to like converse with and have like a crazy time. Like Donkey is that character. But just seeing Donkey like in an adventure, just like touring and getting lost, that would be cool for me. But I am with you. Like play off the side characters and just go into that, because like Puss in Boots was a great move. And everything. You saw Antonio Banderas, you know, go on his own adventure. It was still in that universe, but he was going on his own adventure and having fun. That's what I would love to see.
And there's so much more that they could talk about and really get into it too. I mean, they could do a whole movie on the Muffin Man. You know what I'm saying?
That would be funny.
That would be dope. It would be, it's something that's
Yeah.
mentioned, but you know, it reminds me a lot of. I don't know if you guys have seen the movies Hoodwinked and Hoodwinked 2.
I loved those movies.
Those so good. So good. So good.
Hilarious.
So yeah, I would love to see that type of aspect. I'd love to see it move forward in that type of direction.
Other stuff that's being dug in the well.
Actually, hold on. Before we dig in the well, I want to mention one more thing about Shrek. Wouldn't you rather see a storyline for this new Shrek movie from one of the kids that's the donkey dragon?
I don't know. I'm on the fence on that one, depending on what the pitch is.
I was thinking,
depending on the pitch,
a dad and donkey, like a donkey and a son, like kind of thing. His son.
There you go. I'm with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His son could be his sidekick and stuff, and on top of that, his son has wings, so his son could fly and stuff like that. And
it could be like a little Finding Nemo thing with Donkey.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of cool thing where Donkey's trying to find his son because his son flew off where he shouldn't have flew off to. His son or daughter. That would be a cool concept.
I don't know. Disney might be, or whoever, DreamWorks, whoever might be listening to us, so we might.
That's fine.
Pay us. That's all we have.
That's a great.
Pay us.
But I would see that because when you were talking about it, I was like, I don't know if I want to see him by himself, like Donkey, but having somebody like
having a foil. You need a foil.
Having a foil.
Yeah, if he had a good foil, it'd be good.
Yeah,
it'd be amazing.
It's kind of like
to think about on WNHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Go ahead, Easy.
It's kind of like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
Yeah, the rush hour dynamic. Yeah,
I could see that. But can you imagine those guys like in different aspects though, like different careers? You know, professional wrestlers, obviously, or but where you have like the full aspect of it.
Martin Lawrence was going to be Chris Tucker's part. That's wild.
Yeah, I remember. I saw that.
That's wild. I can't think of Martin in that part. I can't think of it because Chris Tucker did such a good job.
Well, that's the thing. Chris Tucker did such a good. First of all, and if we're really talking about how great of an actor Chris Tucker is,
he's good.
The role that he gets the least amount of credit for is Ruby Rhod. And that is by far one of his most incredible. You think he's animated in that role, but it's actually him and his acting ability. There is no CGI. He's moving that quick.
And you remember that movie he did with Money Talks? He did that movie with Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. That was really good too.
He was brilliant in that. He was absolutely brilliant.
Same time. I don't know you.
Yeah. Oh my God, he was brilliant in that. So, oh man, I wonder they should have did a sequel to that movie because that movie was really, really good.
Pains me to say it, Jackie Brown, Tarantino film Jackie Brown. Unfortunately, he met his demise, but Jackie Brown, he played good a supporting role too. Like he has some chops. He definitely has chops.
I wonder if he could play a serious role.
I think he can. Absolutely. What was that movie with Ben Affleck and the Jordans? Air. He was in Air too. What it was the invention of the Jordans. The invention of the Jordan sneakers. So Ben Affleck was in it. Matt Damon. I thought the film was good. He did really good in that. He put some comedy into it. Of course, it was Chris Tucker, but there was some roles it was really serious.
Right.
It reminds me of Marlon Wayans in Welcome for a Dream.
Whoo,
That was a
love that movie.
good movie. You can see Marlon Wayans definitely with the acting chops too, because
He
he's
has
very
range.
underrated when it comes.
Yes.
Marlon Wayans,
absolutely.
within
He
the
has
brothers,
range.
he has the most range, in my opinion.
I
Oh
agree.
yeah,
I
he has the
agree.
most range, and
Hands down.
also he has the most lit X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. That dude is down to fight everybody. That dude he's like, oh, you don't like
Yeah.
how I live? Guess what? I don't care.
Exactly.
Oh my god, I love him so much.
I think and it's I've never been like a super huge fan of his brother. I like Damon. I like Damon Jr. Damon Jr. is really funny.
Damon
Did you see the
Jr. is
new show
good.
yet? Have you
And he
seen
can
the new
really
show?
act.
I heard the show's
Yeah.
good. I haven't seen
Yeah.
Papa's House.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen a little bit of it.
You got to check it out. It's
It's pretty good.
great.
It's
Like,
actually pretty
yeah.
good. Keenan, I never thought he was like super funny, but he's a brilliant writer, and
Mhm.
he's done some magic in Hollywood with all the black actors he's employed. So he's been amazing to me throughout the years. But Marlon has this range that
Oh yeah.
has been unbelievable to me. Like just seeing him, like I know G.I. Joe wasn't great. I know it wasn't with him and Channing Tatum. I know it wasn't.
But he was great in it.
But he was
He was
great
good
in
in
it.
it. He was
Yeah.
good in it.
Right? So his that Above the Rim, he was fantastic.
He was good in
in
Above the
that.
Rim. Yeah.
So again, that one particular, and I'm not even going to call him a comedian. He's an actor to me.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
a really, really good actor to me, and I'd like to see him in more serious roles and stuff because he's proven time and time again that he can do it. Yeah, he's funny, but he's proven time and time again that he can pull off those other pieces, those other roles. That's why I think I always really, really liked Chris Rock because
Mhm.
Chris Rock can transform. Because if I'm being honest, I never really thought he was super funny. I never thought he was super funny, but in his serious roles and stuff,
Mhm.
he kills it.
Oh, Pookie.
Really
Oh my
kills
gosh, bro.
But besides Power, what other serious roles did Chris Rock do again?
So he was in Empire, as kind of a
Oh, Empire. That's
rival
right.
to-
Empire. I said
Yeah,
Power.
he was
Empire. That's what I
yeah.
meant.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Empire. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a rival to the. And then what is that movie he played in? I can't remember.
Well, he also did a season of Fargo.
Yeah,
Fargo, yeah, that's right. Fargo, he was
Yes,
good in.
yes,
He was
yes,
serious
that's
Fargo,
in
what I
but
was
let's
thinking.
be real.
Fargo was
One of
good.
the first movies we've ever seen him in, all right, is New Jack City.
Yeah,
And his
It was good. That's
you
right.
know,
his range in that. His range
yeah,
in that.
you
was
know,
definitely
good.
had range.
that's
Yeah.
that's great. You know, one thing that we've definitely understand is he also has a super weak jaw. You know what I
Almost made
mean?
me spit out my drink. Oh my god. Oh man.
You know, but yeah, his serious stuff is much better than his comedy because his comedy gets him slapped in the face.
I think that's where he should live. He should
Yeah.
live right in those roles because he is that type of actor that can you'll forget that he's a comedian because he
Right.
is such a good actor as a serious actor.
Well, that's the same thing with Robin Williams.
Yes.
I mean,
He-
you've seen 1 Hour Photo, right? You want to
It was
creeped
amazing.
out.
Rough Hour was good.
Mhm.
That was good. 1
You know,
hour
1
photo.
creep out. He'll creep you out. You know, or
Goodwill Hunting.
What Dreams May Come.
Yeah.
Goodwill Hunting was phenomenal. You know, From Russia with Love.
Oh, really good.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it's called. Well, I think that's what it was called. Or The Fisher King.
Oh my god.
Fisher King was good.
His range.
Yeah.
His range.
Rob Williams definitely had a lot of
His
range.
range.
Impeccable.
So yeah, so when you get Eddie Murphy in
Dreamgirls.
Mr. Church. No, in Mr. Church.
The church. Okay.
Right? He didn't have even though it was his movie, but it wasn't his movie at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the acting in that movie
Mm-hmm.
was phenomenal. And I think some people forget like his work in Dreamgirls.
Right.
Some people forget that he is he's an amazing serious actor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when he pulls off stuff like Dreamgirls or Mr. Church and stuff like, you really, really see that side of him, and you'll forget about Haunted Mansion and some of the other, bombs that he did. My kids love Haunted Mansion, and I did too, to a certain extent. But
Right.
yeah. So I don't know.
Well, there's also those roles you've got to take to pay the bills and stuff like that. I love Al Pacino because Al Pacino will do a horrible movie like Insomnia, and just because he needed the paycheck, so he could go do Shakespeare in the park for free, or go do something along those lines. I mean, can you imagine? Some of these actors like Marlon Wayans right now doing a ridiculous big budget film to get a paycheck so that he could just go do a bunch of small roles where he gets to actually act.
Scary Movie 6.
Scary Man.
White Chicks 2, it's coming. White
Chicks 2 is coming.
White
better
Chicks
not
2 and
happen.
Scary Movie 6 are coming.
It can't be.
I know Scary Movie 6 is coming. Well, White Chicks 2.
Chicks 2. They're writing a script for it.
Look,
they can't. They shouldn't.
They can, and they can, and if they do it right,
it's happening.
If they do it right, it could be groundbreaking. That being said, I don't know if they have the artistic huevos to take the chance, to take the swing, to push that envelope, to really get in there. Or what is it going to be? Big Mama 3, where it's like father like son.
I think they're gonna make a lot more Bad Boys instead. That's what I think that is going. I think the Big Mamas is dead, but with the Bad Boys making all this money, they're gonna ride it out until they can't anymore. That's my prediction.
Another White Chicks. I cringe. I cringe when that one comes on.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
But the thing is can you
better have Terry Crews in it?
That's what I'm saying. Because if I don't have
if
Terry
you don't
Crews
have Terry Crews in it, I'm not watching. I'm not even reviewing it if it's not Terry Crews in it. Yeah, I need that. I need
him at least mentioned. And at some point in time,
in it. Forget the mention. I want him in it. If he's still alive, he still looks good. Bring him in.
Right, word.
Then the brother, Sean. Like, come on, sir. Like, you were never funny. You were never funny.
He was a great DJ.
I liked him in Scary Movie. I liked him in Scary Movie. He was funny in Scary Movie.
He wasn't even really DJing on In Living Color.
Come on, man. Man.
He wasn't even DJing on In Living Color. Like, if you watch go back and if you watch some of the films and stuff like that, and you watch him, he's barely even touching the turntables. And when he is, it's not even the right. I've DJ'd,
I know, and that's why I mentioned it, to be honest with you, because I figured you were going to pick it apart.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Right.
This is all he does. This is it. That's it. I mean, and yeah, sure. SW1, sir.
SW1.
His name was SW. Get out of here, sir.
This conversation's getting extremely good, and it's good for my transition to the next topic. Mm-hmm. We're talking about actors doing the same thing all over and all over. One actor who was a big name, who was the same guy in every movie he's in.
Dwayne Johnson.
He has an opportunity. Actually, got the opportunity to work with Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio. He's going to be a mafia Hawaiian boss in this next project coming out. My take on this is my take on this. This, as far as credibility, if I can barely speak, as far as changing the narrative of if Dwayne Johnson has range as an actor, this is a make or break for him. For me, as a viewer, as a lover of movies and film and everything that's entertainment, this is a make or break for him to prove that he has range as an actor. He's working with one of the best directors to live right now, Martin Scorsese. He's working with an incredible actor as Leonardo DiCaprio. This is a make or break with him when it comes to his narrative of acting.
I hope this movie bombs.
I'm just saying, Martin Scorsese is a great artist when it comes to doing what he does. But go ahead.
Let me talk to you, Mr. Scorsese. Let me talk to you.
Talk to him.
You hating butt dude. You crotchety old rat. Let me tell you, sir. leave the superhero movies alone. Leave the sci-fi.
He
Don't
talks his
be
crap.
hating.
That's true. He talks his crap.
Don't be hating because you didn't think of it and you didn't direct it. Because you can't. You just can't. You got Mafia. That's
Right.
all you got. That is your reign, sir. Leave it alone. Don't mess with other people because they're making the money that you wish you were still making, sir. If you really cared about film, you would have been making a movie. Now you're coming up with something where Leonardo DiCaprio is clearly going to be the real star of that film, and then you have The Rock, who we all know the best movie where he showed any range was Be Cool.
Yes.
Be Cool was a good range. Be Cool, he had range.
It was right. He showed some
Be Cool, he
range
definitely
there.
had range. I agree.
He took a chance. He took a chance.
Would Be Cool.
And no matter
That is
what,
true.
we're all haunted by his whole thing about Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and how he could take the drumstick and take it all the way down and just
Agreed.
it falls off the
That
bone.
was his
We're
best
all a little bit
role to me.
You know what I'm saying?
That was his
phenomenal.
best role
when he
to me.
when he clicked his hands and spun around in a circle. It was so good, so good. And then he did Resident Evil. You know what I mean?
So
whatever he did.
No, Doom.
Yeah.
Doom. He did Doom.
Yeah.
He did
Doom
was horrible.
There is nothing. There is absolutely nothing that he can do and Scorsese can do that will make me happy or pleased in any way, shape, or form. How many movies you're gonna play, sir, where you're playing yourself but just with a different name? And
Yeah,
now
but hold
you
on.
got a giant monkey with you. Oh, now you got a zombie with you. Now you got come on, sir. Like really? Really? And then you're gonna rock bottom all of them. Come on, sir. Come on. I'm surprised they didn't make him grow to the size of those giant animals in Rampage and he do the rock bottom on.
Rampage
like
was horrible but fun at the same time.
Horrible.
It was horrible but fun at the same time.
But
I'm sorry.
hold on.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, and again, we are a fickle race of humans.
Okay.
And
Fair.
you
Fair.
know, we want as much as
fair.
we want these artists to go and do something different. The minute they go and do it different and they don't do it this different way that we wanted them to do it, we forget about it. People forget that Vin Diesel was in Find Me Guilty.
I forgot
that was the Law movie, right? Where he played. That was Range. That was Range.
Where he played an overweight, balding lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally forgot about that.
So
You're right. You're right.
So,
but he chased the bag, which I'm not mad at him.
No. He didn't. But that's the thing. He didn't chase the bag for that one. For that one, he said, "I want to do something different and push myself."
Yeah.
He
did it.
And he did it.
Yeah.
You know, he dropped out of X2 to do that film. You know, financially, probably not the best decision of his life, but you know, artistically, it was a good decision.
It was a good decision.
So I want to see where this is going to go. I am a fan of Scorsese. I don't think that everything he does is magic. I think that a lot of stuff that he does is good. And kind of like Tarantino, it's about 45 to 75 minutes, a little too long. You know,
it's Tarantino. You expect that though.
Yeah,
you expect a long film with a lot of violence and profanity.
Look, man,
it's Tarantino.
This is the wrong time for that.
Dude, one of the best moments in my entire life, was sitting at the old apartment and watching at The Hateful Eight.
Oh man, that's such a good film.
With Preston there, and they just starts talking about, and Sam Jackson starts talking about what he's talking about, and just how disturbed we all got, just because of how graphic he was being about a certain thing, and you're like, what the? It was so good, so good.
It's good. I know Tarantino says he has 2 more films he wants to do before he retires. In my opinion, Tarantino does not hold back. I think he's gonna let what's going on with the current events marinate, and I think he's gonna have some cinema in the next 2 to 3 years. That's just a hot take what I have on Tarantino. But before I let go of this topic with The Rock, like I said before, this is a make or break when it comes to artistically for him. Just going further down his acting career. Like, because we already know he chases the bag, he does it for the money. But as far as range and stuff, Scorsese is no punk. He will push his actors to the limit. He did it with De Niro. He did it with DiCaprio. He'll do it with Emily Blunt, who's going to be in this film, this upcoming 2000 film with The Rock and Leo. He does not hold back when it comes to pushing his actors to the limit. So if something goes wrong, he going to yell at The Rock.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. That's the key point. Everyone has he's pushing out against everybody else who's not The Rock, who's not working out 4 to 7 times a day.
I don't think Martin gonna
care.
care.
Scorsese's gonna be like, bro, do blah blah blah, and Rock's gonna be like, I poop bigger than you. You know what I'm saying?
And in my opinion, I think Martin's gonna say, okay, I'll get another guy. I'll get Momoa.
It's good. And it'll probably be better because
I think
Momoa's a better actor.
I agree. But to test himself, I don't think The Rock is going to go against Scorsese because this is big for him career-wise. If The Rock messes this up, that's it. He's going to be in the Jumanjis. He's going to be in the Rampages. He's going to be typecast for the rest of his acting life.
Film each time.
And I know that, but
he's
still,
done it to himself.
But
so there's
still, if he wants to change things around, this is it.
But
that's the thing for me with him. He's had the opportunity. He's had the opportunity to make those changes. He did the one good role again, and I'll stand on Be Cool being his best role.
Rundown was good too.
Actually acting, right?
Rundown wasn't bad, but it was still
the Rundown.
He was still The Rock in that.
I like the Rundown. I know it's just me, but
it was, and I loved the Rundown. It was fantastic.
What about Gridiron Gang was good too. You gotta give
Gridiron Gang was good.
Yeah,
Gridiron Gang was good.
Give me more of those. Give me more of those.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Give me more of those. You want to prove that you're a real actor and you have range and stuff? This is what you do. Stop showing up on WWE and stuff and trying to get the championship or getting involved with Cody Rhodes or whoever.
Storylines.
I know they're paying you. I know they're paying you a lot and everything, and the fans love you. That's great. But you want to be taken seriously as an actor? Stop chasing giant gorillas and stuff and tornadoes and earthquakes and hurricanes and stuff and rock bottoming everything. Stop doing that.
Right.
You want to be a real actor? Be a real actor. But show us that you can do that without raising that one eyebrow and tell them, to come and then, we know what's cooking. I don't want to see that anymore.
Or you put that eyebrow directly at the very end where he just, has it just as that nudge to it. Because here's the thing.
As he's dying. I'm sorry.
As he's dying. It's fine. Whatever. He's
dying.
As he's dying. He's had the opportunity, and I do feel that he has the talent. And this is something that I think we're starting to see with Cena. And we're definitely seeing it with Batista. Batista's actually changing up the way that he looks. He lost mad weight just to actually be considered an actor and not just some dude that's jacked that can do action here.
And I appreciate that.
Shame for you for those haters on that, because he did it for a healthy reason. You can't be big and steroid up for the rest of your life.
Right. I don't think doing it for a film is for a healthy reason.
No, I don't think he did it for a film. I think he just did it just to change his lifestyle.
I thought he did it. I thought
I think he just changed it up because he previously stated on WHLP 103.5, not actually on the station, but on another platform, that he had to change his lifestyle around and stuff because he's no longer related to wrestling. He wants to go further on in acting and take it seriously as an actor. And you don't have to eat all those meals and pile up that much getting past 50 years old. You can have a healthier to slim down and be. I think he still looks good at his age. He definitely looks
does.
Really well.
And I think because I think I saw the interview you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was talking about that. And it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it did.
It made a lot of sense. And I think that it'll also put him in a good category where people will now take him a little more seriously.
Absolutely.
Because if we're being honest, he was so ridiculous, but it was funny and it worked with him being Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah.
And Guardians. I thought it was great what he was doing there. But to leave that role, knowing when you could have done The Rock and all, you know what I mean? He could have done The Rock does. Keep playing characters like that and doing stuff like that. But him making the decision, you know what? I'm gonna be a little healthier. I'm gonna do this.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get away from the steroid. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And not for nothing,
I'm all for
I
bettering
think he's
yourself.
a decent actor. I think he's a decent actor.
He's the best. Out of wrestling, he is the best. When it comes to range, he is the best. I agree.
I agree. Absolutely.
Go ahead,
Roddy
Easy. I know you're
Piper.
shaking.
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper. I'm
God
sorry.
rest his soul.
They
We
lived.
won't see any
They
more
lived.
Roddy
It's
Piper
by
movies.
far one of
That
the
is
best
one of my
movies
favorite
of all time.
movies.
They lived
That is
one
of my favorite
goated.
movies.
They lived is
So
goated.
Cult classic.
no one can touch Roddy Piper until Batista gives me until he wins an award. I want to see him win an Emmy.
I can see that happening.
or an Oscar.
In my lifetime, we'll see it happen.
If he wins an Emmy or an Oscar, I will totally be like, you want to know something? That's right. He's had his they live moment. He's good to go. But Roddy Piper was able to he wasn't playing himself. He was playing he was playing a character, and he did it so well.
I agree.
And
Can I say something about that character though?
Please do.
By the way, so the actor he's playing opposite Keith David, right?
Right.
They were brilliant in that movie, right?
Oh, so good.
He was what made that role for him so important, right? Was not only was it an amazing movie, right? But he did that type of movie during the time where Schwarzenegger and all the big, and they were playing like in Predator, and they were it was at a time where all the action heroes were wrestlers or what I'm saying, or bodybuilders or whatever. And he played that sci-fi role and killed it. And there was a couple of action scenes where he may or may not have done a wrestling move or whatever, but he was literally acting in that movie.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal in that movie.
So I'm not saying Batista can't get there. I'm saying he's not there yet. I'm not going to put him as the greatest because they got to hit Piper. You got to beat Piper.
Okay. That is your opinion. I respect, but as far as today in 2025, he is the greatest.
Out of all the wrestlers at this moment,
Out of the rest at this moment, he is the greatest right now. Cena, I feel, does it for fun. Cena, I feel, does it for fun.
I don't take Cena seriously as a
right.
Who else was in a movie? Cody Rhodes was in a movie that
he was okay.
It was the one that Cena, because Cena did that franchise, right?
Marine.
Yeah, the Marine. So
Miz.
The Miz.
The Miz
did
that. Yeah, the Miz did that. Yeah.
So it's like I can't really take them seriously, especially John Cena. I can't take him seriously as an
But that's
actor.
why he makes a great Peacemaker. Because he doesn't take himself seriously. Right. And he was phenomenal in that role. And that role, as much as I can't stand the fact that Gunn is going in the Superman direction, we could talk about that for another 1.5 million years. What he did with Peacemaker made sense, and it highlighted a character that, it wasn't a character we've seen 1.5 million times. We've seen this character, we built a small relationship with this character, and they took it and they made an entire series out of it. Very similar to what happened with Rogue One. They found a single flaw and they made $1 million. That is I think incredible, and just how deep and how twisted the Peacemaker character really is, and especially right now. This dude, Peacemaker's father, was a grand dragon of the clan, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was higher than the Grand Wizard. He's the Grand Dragon. He's a bad dude. And to have that right now, one, we need to see it, and we need it forced down our throats 1.5 million different ways, because we're 1 or 2 votes away from being there. And 2, he doesn't take himself seriously. I'm not saying the dude is jacked and he's saying what he's saying, but him doing his freaking little skivvies dance to that hair metal band was hysterical. It was some of the funniest TV I've seen in a long time, because he wasn't taking himself seriously.
Yeah. It's crazy because Rock takes himself seriously in these roles and things. It's going to be the best thing ever. And trust me, Red One, that Christmas movie, I did not see it because I knew it was going to be horrible the first minute I saw that trailer.
It was a Christmas movie though, because how good can a Christmas movie really be?
But to hype it up you can't miss this, bro.
It was cute,
fall
but
back.
it was
fall back,
bro. No.
It's not a Christmas
fall
classic.
back. Come on, man. Don't
That's
hype
not
it
a real
up.
Christmas classic. It's not one of those things that I can't wait till Christmas arrives so I can watch that movie.
Exactly.
No, it was like
He hypes his stuff up to be
it was
like that.
it was for the kids. It was for the
Yeah.
kids. So
Yeah.
all right.
Like Cena and Batista, it is what it is with them. You know what I
that's
mean?
your
Like
lane.
when it comes
If
to
that's your
marketing.
lane.
Exactly.
Right.
But
If
The Rock,
that's
he
your lane, that's
overhypes
fine.
so much stuff when it comes to his films. It's insane.
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't.
It's his
It was
personality.
one of those. If you
That's
never
his part.
saw
Like
it,
he,
you
yeah,
would miss it.
he's always been over the top. That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why we loved him in WWE is
Mhm.
because he had a personality that was so far over the top and so far extravagant. That's what we love. What we want to see now is we want to see him play that vulnerable character.
Yeah. And
I know this. I know this character. I'm friends with this character. I've known, but now show me the most timid of yourself.
this is his chance.
Yeah, I got you.
I hope.
This is his chance.
Oh, it's gonna suck.
You only have one dream, one opportunity. I'm not Eminem, but I think you get you get the right of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Vin Diesel for a little bit. One, I know you corrected me by I did say it, but I mispronounced how I said it about like him chasing the bag, like with the Fast and Furious films and all that. But one film I really did like, which they piggybacked that off to be a cash grab. That first Pitch Black movie I felt was really good with Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I really liked that movie, that first Pitch Black.
All three were good. Even the cartoon one, that was part 2.
The cartoon was really good.
loved them.
Crandall Riddick was, but that first one was just top tier for me
I agree.
and
I
everything.
agree
Just
with
like
that.
seeing Vin Diesel with that, because
I wish they would have continued him as that character. I really wish, because that character was amazing, and I wanted to see. And I don't know if there was like a graphic novel that took off after it when he became in control of all of those, because he beat the Lord Marshal.
Yeah.
So now he's the king of all of those people. I would love to have seen that movie. Him going to war with other people vying for his spot from other systems. I would love to have seen that. So, or him taking those people and dropping them off at their worlds and then letting them go live, and him changing the whole narrative of, the domination of those characters. That could have been his range right there. Him seeing him do that, and oh my God, that would have been a phenomenal.
Ease, I know you want to say something. We're going to close off with you. This is the last minute.
Oh well, if you remember that horrible TV show that they did, Vin Diesel was actually supposed to be in the movie version of it. It was a Marvel TV show, and it was about the Immortals.
I know there was word it was going to be Black Bolt. That was
Yeah.
a rumor.
The Inhumans. He was supposed to be
Inhumans.
There was a
Inhumans.
real
He was
rumor
supposed to
when
be
they were
in
going to do a
Inhumans,
Humans
Yeah,
film.
he was supposed to be Black Bolt in this way, and he was still supposed to be Groot because they wanted him to be, because you didn't hear Black Bolt's voice.
No, you
Right.
So
never talked.
his visual image was always going to be Black Bolt, but his vocal image was always going to be Groot. And I think that is just perfect.
That would've been perfect.
Like that would have been absolutely amazing, and it would have sat in a really incredible pop culture history, and that's the kind of stuff that we want to see. And now the stuff that's coming out from there, yeah, he's getting his bag with the Fast and the Furious stuff. Dope. He also understands that it's over, and also that last Fast and the Furious movie, because it had Jason Momoa, was a good movie. Jason Momoa was amazing in that movie. Jason Momoa made me want to watch 17 movies with Jason Momoa as that character. So good. So good. The only good thing about Fast and the Furious, the last movie, was Jason Momoa, and the
Agreed.
character was amazing.
Agreed.
I haven't seen it since the third one, so
Oh no, just forget, skip over them in space, skip over them.
Just YouTube Jason Momoa scenes,
Jason Momoa,
and that will definitely just save you some trouble. But
Yeah.
YouTube them. Yeah, I'll YouTube those because I'm not watching them. I'm watching none of them.
this has come to an end though for volume 22 of Three Nerds Venting. We appreciate you. We love you. Myself, Preston, Easy, and the OG Blurred himself, the professor. We're thankful to give you this nerd therapy for your Monday. We appreciate everybody. Thank you so much, and enjoy yourselves. And take care of yourselves too. Absolutely. Take care. Bye.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't